You ever wonder what makes the Kenyans so good at running so much better than the Irish, the English, the Americans, the Germans, the developed world really? Well, here I'm going to go through the reasons why, and we're going for diet today, just see some of the reasons why they're so good. All right, so I got this from Runners Connect mostly. So they tend to eat quite a lot, normally 5 times a day. So 8 a.m. they start off with breakfast. 10 a.m. is a mid-morning snack. 1 p.m. is lunch. 4 p.m. afternoon snack. 7 p.m. supper. All right, so Kenyans are given unlimited food and they eat whenever they're hungry. So really, they just see what they do. So the morning session's at 6 a.m. generally. It's a longer run or a session. So on non-session days it'll be 9 to 15 miles. So yeah, they've gone quite long. Could be gone for up to 2 hours, I'd say. So they're on 4 to 5 miles easy in the afternoon. So yeah, the afternoons they're a shorter time, and So I've even heard some of them do 3 times a day. I've never heard of quadruples though, 4 times a day. So 76.5% of the calories are carbs. Yeah, so they are carbing the fuck up. They're not on low carb diets or anything. That's just stupid. I mean, we read later on here that sure there's other countries that are only eating like 50% of their diet is carbs, and carbs are the main source of energy. And these guys are so good. 76% of their diet is just carbs. Yeah, so ditch the high carb diet. It's fucking stupid, man. Okay, 10.4 grams of carbs per kilogram of body weight. Yeah, that's what they have. They consume about 600 grams of carbs a day, almost 120 grams every meal. So yeah, so protein is 10.1% of intake. That's 1.3 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. So yeah, they're eating a lot more carbs than they are protein. We'll go for why that's perfectly okay. About 13.4% of daily calories come from fat. And I think fat is also used for energy as well as carbs. Just comment section below. Comment down below if you think I'm wrong. Okay, so not knowing much about science and nutrition, these Kenyan diets seem to get pretty close what the sports nutritionists recommend. It's the natural way, nearly all what they eat is from farms, not factories. So carbs, experts suggest 9 to 10 grams of carbs per kilogram body mass a day with 5 miles training. They're getting 10.4 grams, so they're getting slightly more than what is needed, and still, they're still pretty thin. So yeah, I think you can get away with eating a little bit more of what is needed. That might be what's best, and still be in really thin. You'd be seen as like malnourished by Western standards, but if you're actually not, you're slightly overnourished. So that's just the way it works, because most people in the West are overnourished, unfortunately. Okay, so and they're eating too much like fat and protein, not enough carbs. They're not carbing the fuck up. Protein. So experts suggest 1.2 to 1.7 grams protein per kilogram body weight. 1.2 grams are consumed by them. So yeah, they're getting on the low scale of the recommended amounts. So low protein. Where are you getting your protein though? Alright, so 20% of their diet is plain sugar. 20% of their daily calories comes from plain sugar. Like in Ireland and all that, we say sugars are bad for you. Sugar's bad for you. Carbs are bad for you. Protein, protein's good. You have to take all these supplements. It's so hard to get enough. It's extremely difficult. And yeah, sure. Look at the size of those Kenyans. They're pretty thin. They're getting enough according to those nutritional experts. So they have 1.24 liters of tea a day, which is quite a lot. Kenya is the third largest importer of tea in the world, well, according to what I read. A lot of the sugar comes from fruits. When they say plain sugar, do they mean sugar in general, or do they mean just from plain sugar? I don't know. After most ones, Kenyans eat fruit, generally watermelon, cantaloupe, and honeydew. Ugali gave the most calories, 23% daily. This is really maize flour cooked with water. It's generally mixed with chicken or beef stew and vegetables. So they only eat, I think, meat like 3-4 times a week. So they're not big meat eaters, which is probably for the best. So 86% calories from vegetable foods, 40% from animal foods. They don't have access to junk food. Yeah, but also most of those that 14% from animal food, that's mostly from milk. I think they do get like small amount of eggs and meat, but very small amounts, mainly milk. That's where I get most of their protein, bro. Ugali gave the most calories, 20. Oh, I already read that. Staple edibles were bread, boiled rice, poached potatoes, cabbage, kidney beans, and ugali. Meat eaten 4 times a week, 100 grams each time, which is not a huge amount. I'd say you get a lot more than that in your typical restaurant nowadays. They take no supplements. Yeah, so the supplements bad for you. They're not natural, are they? Supplements don't grow on trees. So the guys weren't eating supplements. Okay. 2/3 of protein came from plant foods. They drink more tea than water. Actually, I read somewhere else that contradicts it, but I got this from 2 different websites. So 133.5 grams of plain sugar a day. Yeah. So this is where they got most of their. What is this? This is calories. Ugali 23%, sugar 20%, rice 14%, milk 13%, bread 6%, potatoes and beans about 5% each. Okay, so protein, where do they get the protein? Number one, they get from milk. That's the most they get from. That's 28%. Beans 19%, rice 12%, ugali 11%. Did I mention ugali? I think I did. Yeah. Always eat shortly after workouts. Yeah, that's what they do. They eat a lot more carbs than other athletes. Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, some athletes only get like what 50% of carbs. 50% of their diet is carbs, which is not good. They're not carbing the fuck up. They're not high on carbs. Okay. The Tarahumara, they eat 75 to 80%. This is slightly off topic because they're in Mexico, but this is they're also good ultramarathon runners, and it's, shows what they eat. 12% from fat, 8 to 13% from protein. Yeah, so seems to be in the developed world who have a more of a natural diet would tend to eat more carbs than in the Western worlds where we eat shite and stuff made in factories. There's mostly from bars, very few items bought from shops. What they get would be mainly, from what I read somewhere, cooking oil, sugar and salt. So yeah, they need that sugar, bro. Breakfast, tea is the main drink. Coffee and cocoa served on rare occasions. 50% milk or more. And the most popular are chapati, which is pancakes made from wheat flour. Mandazi, which is fried dough from wheat flour. Sweet potatoes, bananas, or bread. Egg at breakfast, they get that 3 or 4 times a week after a long one. Manzashi, what's that again? Manzashi. Fried dough from wheat flour. Okay, never had that. Banana. Oh yeah, this is when I saw a picture of a typical breakfast. It was one of those manzatis, like bread type thing. Banana, a boiled egg, and milky tea. Yeah. So lunch. Oh, this is from a different website now. I think we're on to a different website. It's a different athlete altogether. Some guy called Lagish, not Bernard Lagish. It's a different Lagish. I don't know if he's related to him or not. So lunch: rice, beans, potatoes, pasta, mung beans, green veg like cabbage. Runners should consume 8 servings of fruit and veg a day. I'm not sure who said that. Maybe it was a nutritionist or maybe it was a Kenyan. I don't know. When doing 2 afternoon workouts, runners have second lunch. Yeah, so then this guy who normally have porridge made from millet flour mixed with sorghum and soybeans after afternoon run. Soybeans, hey. Okay, so lunch of githeri. So this is what he had. Maize with beans, carrots, and potatoes. Oh yeah, healthy all the way. And then for supper, he'd have ugali, green veg, common with a glass of milk. Oh yeah, those Kenyans love their milk. Drink 3 to 5 liters of water. Always carry a water bottle. Okay, that's a bit of a contradiction to the first one. The website I got from them. Fruits common: oranges, bananas, avocados, pineapple, and mangoes, depending on what's in season. Okay, so I just went through some of what the Kenyans were eating. This is like a contradiction to any of those Atkins diets or high protein, high fat, low carb diets. You gotta carb the fuck up. These look, see what they're recommending. They're getting slightly more than the recommended amount of carbs, and yet 76% of their diet was from carbs. They're getting just about a sufficient amount of protein and fat as well. I think they were getting sufficient fat. Was it? Yeah. So I mean, yeah, that's the thing. So I mean, you gotta stop eating all these hot dogs, burgers, and all that. Just eat the better stuff. I don't know, bread, bananas. What else? Rice, pasta, beans, potatoes, that type of stuff. That's the stuff that's the most natural. I mean, these guys are living on farms, not getting any factory foods. They're getting very little food items from shops. That's what they're eating, and you know they're more natural than we are. So I don't think if you want to be a good athlete, or you want to be just good health in general, then you know if you want to avoid the hospital bed too much, you know you probably should eat similar to these guys. So okay, this is my video from the Irish Phone Runner. Do you feel as like, whether it be like, comment, subscribe, whatever. If you want to give me some criticism down below, you know, I look forward to that. Haven't got any yet. I'm not getting the comments. I'm not getting it. Irish Phone Runner not doing so well. 23 subscribers. Okay, so goodbye everyone.